Is my hair good? Can someone... Where's makeup? Makeup!
Makeup! What's your name and where are you from?
Martina from Italy.
Can you tell me a story about something in your life that was good enough?
Good enough. What are you doing
Enough.
Oh my god!
Good enough in what sense?
That's a hard question.
I know, right?
How do you remember the things that were good enough? You will remember them particularly badly.
Rather than being perfect or over-pleasing, it was alright. Is it good enough?
Okay, fine. You helped me enough. Just 3 days ago, I was cooking pasta in England with some kids, and we managed to do a cacio e pepe, which is normally done with goat cheese, with Parmesan cheese, which is instead cow. And I was being very Italian and very attached to my rituals, but indeed, the pasta was good enough, even if made with different ingredients. And I found myself being like, oh wow, I'm contradicting myself here. It's actually good. It's good enough.
Okay, we're gonna steal your friend now.
Okay.
And do you think you are good enough?
No.
Am I good enough? I'm great. No.
No man, that's really hard. That's probably like one of the most important things that I'm looking for in my life, is to find a sense of being good enough.
Yeah, actually, Corona is teaching me that. I imagine before Corona there was a lot of like running after myself and trying to improve my skills and my mind as a maker and an artist and a performer. And I think Corona really just made me like drop into a whole different state of being and be like, you know what? I already peaked. I did some fucking great work. I can be proud of myself, and I'm good enough now, and I can.
How do you measure your own happiness?
For instance, today when I was looking outside and looking at Google at the weather forecast for the coming 2 weeks, I was very unhappy.
For me, happiness, it's like, I don't want to sound very dramatic, but it's quite impossible. So let's not aim to something impossible, and accept that sometimes we can be less sad, and that's good enough.
I think the day before leaving Amsterdam, I lived here a year, and I think that the day before I was leaving Amsterdam, after living here for a year, I was probably the happiest person. I felt like I was the happiest person in the world.
Why?
Because of everything that I built here and how it empowered me and how I was feeling very much in control of my life and about to use what I learned by living here wherever I would have gone.
That is an incredible twist in the tale. I thought you were happy to leave, but you were happy because it had been such a good year.
Actually, I really love living in Amsterdam, and it's kind of boring maybe because I grew up here. It's very easy for me. It's good enough, right? And I haven't really left since because, everything is kind of good enough, and I'm not really being pushed to explore going elsewhere. So I'm kind of waiting at this point until there is a moment in my life where I'm really being pushed to maybe go out of this comfortable space that I've created for myself here, and to really go out of the good enough and to explore maybe more of the bad or the extremely good or anything that's outside of the good enough.